Imagine you're in the Pacific Ocean. You're sailing along in your boat and you suddenly come across a patch of garbage. Not just any patch of garbage, but a patch of garbage that is roughly the size of 2 Texas states. The garbage patch I'm referring to isn't actually a massive pile of trash that's floating in the ocean, but rather a very serious toxic pollen that has accumulated in the Pacific Ocean. I've done a lot of research to expose the truth about the garbage patch and its effects. I'll be going over the size of the patch, as well as its contents, and the impact it has on the ocean's environment. The Pacific patch is so large and constantly flowing with the current, it makes it impossible to measure. This is the one patch in the Pacific Ocean lies between the Hawaiian Islands and California. The other in the Pacific is southeast of Japan. The ocean's currents create accumulative spots called gyres. This is where ocean currents meet together and everything in the water accumulates. Since the ocean currents are continually moving, it's impossible to get an accurate measurement of these patches, but roughly they're the size of 2 states of Texas. Most people think of a massive pile of trash floating in the ocean, where it's endless tons of fishing nets, tires, and other debris, but it's what's underneath the water where the problem really lies. The water looks clean from the air, but underneath, new studies have found serious conditions that are impossible to fix. Plastic microbeads in the water have a detrimental effect to ocean life. Plastic has been entering our oceans for over 50 years via rivers, wind blowing through landfills, drainage outflows, fishing boats, ocean dumping, and many other sources. The ocean currents break the plastics down into microbeads that average the size of 5 millimeters. In every square kilometer of water, there's an estimated 13,000 to 18,000 microplastics floating. For every pound of plankton in the ocean, there is 6 pounds of these microplastics. And 70% of the plastics sink to the ocean floor. The fish eat these small particles, mistaking them for food and breaking the chemicals down into their bloodstream. The impact this will have on the ocean's ecosystem around the world is very serious. Small fish feed on the microplastics, mistaking them for food. The small particles have been broken down to a dense chemical from the ocean's currents. These particles attract chemicals in the water like DDT and others to become even more toxic. Larger fish feed on hundreds of the smaller fish in their lifetime, breaking down the chemical-ridden fish into their own bloodstreams. Studies have shown that sexual reproduction is being affected in the fish in these areas, and they're only producing male eggs now when birthing. This issue can eventually change the ocean's ecosystem forever. Since it's a very delicate ecosystem, evolution and adaptation will be thrusted into fast forward, probably not able to recover in time. In 2009, it was estimated that just Americans consumed 4.8 billion pounds of seafood. Since most of the world is dependent on the oceans for food sources, this is a very serious issue. I have gone over the size of the patch, the actual contents of the patch, and the effect it will have on the ecosystem. Since it's impossible to clean up this ecological disaster, it's imperative that we come up with a biodegradable solution for plastics in the future.